Welcome. Today's practice is for anybody who might be feeling emotional pain. Now, what people don't always understand is that emotional pain, in order to release it, it needs to be felt. So in today's practice, we are going to let go of the judgments that we hold upon ourselves and the shame that we might be feeling associated with these negative thoughts or these painful emotions. We are going to feel these emotions and we are going to accept them and forgive ourselves, and then we are going to release through this practice. Let's start with our breath. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. We're going to release. Deep breath in and release. Do what I'm doing with my hands, bringing your hands in to prayer, deep breath in, and exhale through the mouth. Deep breath in, positive air, positive mind, deep breath in through the nose, bringing your hands right up between your eyebrows, taking a deep breath in, and release. Place your hands down onto your lap. Take your index finger and place it to your third eye, the center, just above between your two brows. We're just going to apply a little bit of pressure. I'm going to take a deep breath in and out. Maybe a circular motion, massaging this area, just in the middle of our forehead or below. A little bit of pressure, but relaxing your shoulders down. This shouldn't be painful. Remember, throughout this practice, just let the thoughts come in and without judgment. So it's really important to just take it easy on ourselves during this practice. Focus on your breath, focus on your body, and any sort of negative emotions that might come up, bring them in, allow them in, and release them. If you need to cry, if you need to laugh, if you need to shout, if you need to use your voice at all, just let it go. Do whatever is calling to you. Good. Placing your hands down onto your knees, we're going to press in to our thighs. We're going to bring our arms back and forth. Keep breathing. Nice. Good. Reaching our arms all the way up for a stretch. Look up. Take a deep breath in. Grab onto each hand, pulling your arms all the way up. Reach, reach, reach. Bringing your heart forward. Taking a deep breath in. Good. Relaxing your shoulders down. Lowering your arms all the way down to the mat. Roll your shoulders back. Good. Drop your head over towards the left side. Let your head be heavy. Maybe take your fingertips out to the side a little bit as you straighten your elbows. We're not forcing our head down. We're just letting the weight of our head fall down. Good. And then relax your shoulders. Just breathe. Good. And then slowly come up to neutral, over to the other side, dropping your head over to the side, over to the right, and then both fingertips, just stretch them out. Gentle, gentle. Take a breath in. And an exhale. Good. You got this. I see you. You are loved. I love you. Bring your knees together. Swing yourself over into a tabletop position. Make sure you have a flat back. Deep breath in and release. We're going to bring our body forward and back and around. So we're bringing our weight forward onto our hands. We're sitting back a little bit towards our hips, and then we're circling our body around. So we're moving our hips a little bit more, forward, back, around. One more time. Forward, back, around. Good. Let's get into some cat-cows, just dropping the belly, looking up. Stretching forward, taking a breath in, and then curving the spine into our cat, pushing your hands in towards the mat. And again, drop the belly. Do a little micro bend in your elbows. Good, and then drop the belly or bring the belly up for your cat. Good, and then sit back onto your heels for your child's pose. Reaching your arms forward, drop your head. Maybe your forehead hits the mat. Have your knees a little bit further apart. And just for energetic purposes, keep your toes touching. So if you're able to see your toes at the back of the mat, let's keep all of our energies flowing together as we connect our body and our mind through this beautiful practice, this healing practice. Take a breath in, release. At any moment, if you want to do a big exhale, especially when we're going into our downward facing dogs, it's a good time to let it go, be vocal, maybe do a sigh or a release. Good. And then coming back up into your tabletop position, flipping your toes, we're going right into our downward facing dog. Now, bending your knees, this is our first downward dog. So bring your hands forward a little bit more. Maybe your feet are even a little bit further apart. Do a little bend in each knee as you sway from side to side. We're going to take 3 long breaths here. And I want to encourage a lot of movement in this first downward dog. A lot of little stretching as you push one heel into the mat and the other. Maybe even a little bit of neck movement. Pushing your hands into the mat. Doing a little bend in your elbows. Moving your hips from side to side. Taking another breath in and an exhale. Give your head a little shake. Good. And then rolling your body forward into your high plank position. Bring your toes a little bit closer together as you come into your high plank. And in our high plank, we're going to do the same variation where we're rocking back and forth. Good, like we did in our tabletop. Pull the belly in tight. Good, bring our calves up. Squeeze. Good, and then we're going to drop our knees. We're just going to go down on our elbows, one and then the other, and then our hips go down to the mat. And we're going to go right into our Sphinx pose. So bring your fingertips to the top. And we're going to lift our belly up. So lifting our belly off of the mat, pushing our thighs and our toes, the top of our feet are pressed into the mat as we lift up. Look forward, pushing your elbows away from your ears. And just take a breath here as we start to warm up the lower back, lifting the belly, squeezing the glutes, lifting up. One more breath in. Nice. Release. Bringing your arms out to the side. We're going to do 3 intimidation cobra lifts. So we're lifting up. So we're just bringing your hands out a little bit further on our fingertips. If that feels good, rise and lower. Rise and lower. One more time. Rise and lower. Bring your arms in. Come up to a full upward facing dog, pointing your toes. Looking forward once more, let your hips off of the mat this time. Lifting up. Micro bend in the elbows. Nice. Hold. Good. And then lower the knees and then slowly come back into a wide-legged child's pose this time. So even wider than you did before as we start to warm up and open up our hips a little bit more as well. Reaching forward. Take a breath. Exhale. Reach forward, reach forward. Good. And then slowly walking our arms up, come up into a kneeling position. We're going to reach our arms all the way up to the sky. And they're going to lower the left hand down and a side stretch over towards the left. Keep your hips square, keep your knees pointed to the top of the mat. And then come back up to center, reach up, and then leaning over towards the right side for a side stretch. Back up to center, coming up into your tabletop position, extending your right leg out, toes pointed in, lift, lift, lift. And then left arm goes over our head, palm goes in. Take a breath, squeezing the glutes, keeping the belly in tight, relaxing the shoulders. Lift, lift. Good. Now we're going to take that left hand, we're going to bring it back. Now if this feels good and you're good here, just stay here. If you want to try to bend your right knee and grab on the outside of your right foot and lift, you can go ahead and do that. Nice opener in the chest. Lift. Good. Slowly release. Bring the arm back over, lower down, lower the knee, sit back into child's pose just for a moment. Deep breath in and out, release. Deep breath in, release. Beautiful. Back up into your tabletop position, extending the left leg out this time, keeping the belly in strong. Relax. And then lifting the right arm over your head, palm facing inwards, holding the belly in tight and strong. Breathe. Good. Good. Now bringing the right arm back, holding strong. If this is good for you and you want to stay here, please do. And then if you want to try to grab onto the top of the left foot, reaching up, opening up the shoulders a little bit more, looking forward. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Bring the hand back, arm forward, leg back, release the hand, and right into our downward facing dog. So on our toes. Exhale. 2 breaths here. Nice. Sway those hips if it feels good. If not, you could just bring your feet to the top of the mat or the back of the mat and then just let your heels be heavy and hold. Close your eyes maybe. Good. Now let's take our hands and we're going to walk our hands to the back of the mat as we go right into our forward fold. So maybe we have our feet shoulder width apart. And we're going to let our head hang, walking one heel and the other. This is your first forward fold. Might be a little tight. It is mine, actually. It is my first forward fold. Grab onto your elbows. Let your head be heavy. And let's sway from side to side. Let's shake our head. Exhale again. Feel our body moving. Let's give ourselves a little bit of gratitude for all the movements that we're doing, the ability that we have to do them with. Good, beautiful. Dropping your hands down to the mat, and now we're going to walk our hands forward into our high plank position. Hold your high plank position, rocking back and forth. Good. Good, and on your knees, so you could drop your knees or you could stay on your toes. We're going to slowly lower chaturanga down. We're going to pull up to our upward dog or cobra, whatever is calling to you. And let's flow it out. We're going right into our downward facing dog and relax. Inhale, exhale. Good. Lifting the heels, bend the knees. We're going to jump, hop, or step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Let's do a couple halfway lifts here. We're bringing the arms all the way up the shins. Take a breath. Exhale. Lower your hands down. Forward fold. Let's do that again, bringing your palms all the way up onto your shins. Lower down, forward fold. Bend the knees, rise to stand, reach up, look up, hands to heart center. Exhale. Beautiful. Come to the top of the mat, rolling your shoulders. We're going to step back into our warrior one. So lifting our arms all the way up, using a little bit of balance here as you lift your right foot forward. Knee goes up, step back, warrior one. Maybe you have to shimmy the left foot, sit in deep into that warrior one. Back leg is straight, lifting up. Hold. Nice. Let's flow it out where we're going to bring our arms forward. So we're dropping our arms forward and our body. So we're coming down, bending the knee a little bit more. Good. All the way down. And then bringing our arms all the way up. Make this like a dance. Follow your hands too as you look up. Reach up. Keep looking at your hands. Bend forward. All the way down. It's almost like a bow. Maybe your left elbow goes to your left knee. Reach up. Reach up. One more time, deep breath in and then lower once more. Bending down. Maybe your left shoulder goes to your left knee and reach up. On this up, we're going to flow right into our warrior two. Bending the front knee. Good. Now we have our toe in the center of the mat. Relax your shoulders. Bending deep. Look over your hand. Relax. Flip that front palm. Give yourself a little matrix. Bring it on, world. I got this. Nice. Bending forward. Drop the back hand. Flip the front palm. We're going right into our peaceful warrior. Peace. Leaning back. Peace, love, abundance coming to us in this pose. Take a breath. Bending the front knee. Good. And then coming forward into our extended side angle. Use that left elbow to remind your knee to go out and not be rolling in. Bend the front. Good. Reach up. You got this. Feel the lower body strength. Feel all the blood rushing throughout your whole body, your cells, all the nutrients. Good. When we move, everything moves. Keeping our organs, our blood, and everything healthy. Good. Come back up and then straighten the front leg. Pivot the foot, bring your hands to center, and float down into your wide-legged forward fold. Now we're really going to bring it as wide as we can, bending your knees, and we're going to open up the hips a little bit further as we float from one side to the other. This is going to look different to everyone. My ponytail's going to clean the floor just a little bit. Nice, good. Sway from side to side. Sink deep into the hips. Maybe close your eyes here. Maybe you can drop your elbows if that feels good. You want to stay still. Or maybe just bringing your hands as far as you can. Good. Bring your hands forward, so fingertips onto the floor, and then heel toe, your feet all the way in, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Bring your hands to the top of the mat and lift both feet over into your pyramid pose. So now both toes are pointed towards top of the mat, and relax your head down. Beautiful hamstring stretch here. Good. Lift your back heel, bring it to the top of the mat for your forward fold. Then bend the knees, rise to stand, reach up, look up. Slowly bring your hands to heart center. Exhale. Roll your shoulders back, relax. Bring your palms forward in your mountain pose. Come back to your center. Take a deep breath in and out. Beautiful. Close your eyes. Let all the blood rush back down. Good. Maybe move your fingers a little bit. Feel your feet engaged. Move your wrists. Beautiful. Let's switch sides. So now the left foot's going to go up into the air. We're going to step back nice and slow and controlled into our warrior one. Stepping back, we have a 45-degree angle, bringing the foot over to the side, bending the front knee, reaching up. Good. Bend, bend, bend. Keep your hips square. Relax. Bring that left hip forward. Your chin up just a little bit. Maybe a little bend in the arms. Make it soft. And flow it out. So we're keeping the knee bent as we bring our body forward. Bringing the arms up slightly. Maybe the right shoulder can touch the right knee. Come up slowly. Reach up, following your hands with your gaze. Flow it down. Shoulder to knee. Bringing your arms back a little bit more. Reaching up. Slow and controlled. Good. Lots of concentration, strength, balance. Bringing the arms back. Maybe your elbow touches your right knee. Maybe not. It does not matter. Reaching up. Good. And now flow it out, warrior two. So we have our right foot. I'm going to switch. Right foot forward into warrior two. Relax. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Make sure that your body is centered. Good. Hold. Relax. Flip the front palm. Give yourself a little, I got this. We do. We are way stronger than we give ourselves credit for. Bend the front knee. Drop the back hand. Release the front palm into our peaceful warrior. Bring us strength. Bring us courage. And allow our wisdom to come through in every decision that we make. Reaching up. Good. And then into our extended side angle, elbow to knee. Bring our arm up to the sky, or you could bring it over your head for a stretch. Lift, lift, lift. Maybe a smile. I know you're feeling better. Reaching ourselves open. Relax your shoulders. Bend, bend, bend. Feel the burn. And then pulling ourselves up into our warrior two. Extending the front knee. Bring your hands to center once more. And pivot the foot so our feet are facing forward. We're going to go into some squats. So we're just going to have our toes pointed to the corners of our mat and a nice little bend here. Nice and gentle, just so we could feel it. Try to keep your knees out into prayer. And let's 10 little baby pulses. 8. Relax your shoulders. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift, bring your arms all the way up. Deep breath in, straighten your legs. Hold, and hands to heart center. Do that one more time. I want you to count with me. Bending your knees, hands to heart center, count of 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend, reaching your arms all the way up. Straighten your legs, hands to heart center, flowing your hands down into your wide-legged forward fold. We're just going to deepen this forward fold If you can grab onto your calves or your ankles or your feet and you want to pull yourself in a little bit more, just breathe. Beautiful, good. Bring your fingertips to the top of the mat and heel, toe, your toes, feet, toes, heel, until you're a little bit further than hip width apart. And then you're going to bring your feet pointed to the top of the mat for our pyramid pose on the other side. Deep hamstring stretch. If this is too much, you can use blocks, or you could even try to lift up if it's too much for you. This is a little tricky to balance, but if you have a pillow or even something, a bolster, that can bring you up. Relax. Just breathe. Good. Lift the back heel and bring it to the top of the mat to meet the right foot in our forward fold. Walk out or forward fold. Bend the knees, rise to stand, reach up. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Good. Hands to heart center. Take a second in your mountain. Close your eyes. Come in with your body. How are you feeling? Good. Let's keep moving. Bend the knees, rise to stand, reach up, look up. Place your hands to your heart and then lower down to touch the mat. Bend your knees, step one foot and then the other into your high plank position. Keep your belly nice and strong on your knees or toes. Chaturanga down. Upward dog or cobra. To our downward facing dog. Nice. Good. 2 quick breaths here. Walk it out. Right foot goes all the way up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Take a breath in and then bending the right knee, opening up the hips. Let both heels be heavy. Good. Extending the right knee, 3-legged dog. Lower the right leg down. Come forward, knees or toes, chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. And then left leg goes up, 3-legged dog. Good. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Let both heels be heavy. Nice. Good. Drop the leg down. Roll into your high plank. Chaturanga down. Upward dog or cobra. To downward facing dog. Or child's pose. That's where you can release or take a break. Both are very beneficial to the body. Good. Bend your knees, release your toes. We're going to come up into a kneeling position, into our camel, pushing our hips forward, chest goes out. Good. If we want to try a little deeper stretch, we can come up onto our toes, maybe try to grab our back ankle, opposite arm goes up, pushing the hips forward, and switch. Listening to our bodies. Go easy on the neck and switch. Reach your arm up. Last one and switch. Good. Come on up. Let's take our left leg forward, bending the front knee. So we're going to start with a low lunge. If you have hard knees or sore knees, a couple tricks. You could always bend your mat for extra cushion. I do that. Or you could use a pillow or a blanket if you're at home and don't have a little squishy thing. So low lunge here, opening up the hip, reaching up, chest up. Good, reaching our arms all the way up to the sky and then lowering our hands down to our left foot, one side and the other, flipping our toes, and then we're going to extend both legs straight. We can drop the back heel if we want, or we can keep it lifted. Relax your head down. Good, and then we're going to lower down into our runner's lunge. So now we have our back leg lifted, back knee lifted. Drop the right hand and lift the left arm all the way up for a twist. Good. Bring your right arm forward. We're going to swing it around. So right arm goes forward, let it go, touching the ground, to back, lift up to the sky, forward, let it touch the ground, up to the sky. Good. Lower the left foot down, runner's lunge, take the left foot, swing it back into your high plank, flow it out, knees or toes, chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, to downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Nice. Drop the knees down, release the toes, come up into your kneeling position, switch sides. Now we're taking our right foot forward, sinking deep into our low lunge. Get comfortable. Good. Hips are square. And then both hands just below the right knee, lifting up. Relax your shoulders. Get that nice variation of comfort and just a little bit of stretch. Good, reach your arms all the way up. Maybe look up. Good, follow your hands all the way down to either side. Flipping the toe, straightening both legs this time. Back heel can be lifted or you could drop it down. Nice hamstring stretch here. Good, you can also feel it in your foot from your toes all the way up. And then bending the right knee back into your runner's lunge, place your left hand down on the mat and lifting your right arm up for a twist. Reach up. Reach, reach, reach. Beautiful, good. Dropping down the right hand, bringing that right foot back, high plank position. Flow it out once more. Chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, downward facing dog, or child's pose. 3 breaths here. That's 1 breath. Now push your hands into the mat. Let your heels be heavy. Push your chest forward a little bit more. A little bend in the elbows and send your hips high. Good. Lift your heels, bend your knees, jump, hop, or step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Bend the knees, rise to stand, reach up. Hands to heart center. Lower down. Good. Let's go into our Malasana squat. So bringing your feet a little bit further apart. This is going to look different for everyone. If you have a block, you could sit on a block. We are opening up our knees. Be careful on your knees here too. Sometimes it might be painful. Listen to your body. Sitting up. Good. Or you can try to bring your feet a little bit closer together and sit even further down. We want to be able to bring our chest up. Good. If you're practicing crow, you can go right into crow. I'll give you props for that. Sit up tall. Good. And then placing our hands down, extending our knees into our wide-legged forward fold.
Let's just rock from side to side. Nice. Take your right hand, grab onto your left ankle, and bring the opposite arm up, pulling yourself in for a twist. And then other side, other hand, other leg, and lifting the opposite arm up, pulling yourself in towards your knee if it's possible. Good. And bring your hands center, sway it out one more time. Heel toe, your feet all the way to the center of the mat, to your forward fold with feet together. And then bending your knees all the way down. Give yourself a little hug, little ball. See how small you can make yourself. Squeeze. And then have a seat onto your mat. We're going to roll ourselves all the way down to the ground. So one vertebra at a time, rolling down. And then I love to do a little head to toe stretch. A deep breath in and out. Good. And then extending your legs straight, arms over your head, like somebody's pulling you from top to bottom, pulling your arms, pulling your toes. You can start to close your eyes. You could probably close your eyes for the rest of the practice if you wanted to. Just listen to my words. As we reach our arms up over our head, somebody's pulling our hands, giving us a nice stretch through the shoulders. Good, and then bringing your knees into your chest, giving yourself a squeeze and a rock from side to side. Good, and then extending our legs towards the ceiling or the sky. And we're going to flex our feet, point our toes, flex our feet, point our toes. Good, and then bending our knees as we grab the outside of our feet for happy baby. Pulling our knees in towards the ground, keeping our shoulders on the mat. And a rock from side to side. And exhale. Good. Drop both feet down onto the mat, lifting up into a bridge. So now we're bringing our hips up to the sky. Lift, lift, lift. Maybe rolling our shoulders back a bit. Squeezing the glutes. Nice, and then lowering our hips all the way down. If you want to try a shoulder stand, you can, or you could do another bridge. So we could bring our hips all the way up. Point your toes. Good, and then slowly lower down to the mat. Let's go right into a twist, bringing our arms out beside us. They could be straight out or in cactus. And then taking the left leg, point it over, bring it over onto the right, and let both knees fall over towards the right side. So we're trying to keep our shoulders square towards the ceiling. We're just twisting at the waist. This is a really good exercise to do if you're sitting all day as well, or have any lower back. And if it's too much to cross your legs, go ahead and just bring your knees together. Let's start to come into our breath. Inhale and exhale. And then bring both knees back up to center. And let's cross our left knee over our right. And then let both of your knees fall over towards the left side. Arms go out. Good. Come back into your breath. And then bringing both knees back up to center. Taking one more stretch. As we close our practice in our Shavasana, bring your palms facing upwards.
into receiving mode. Let this pose bring you strength. Help this position and this practice to guide you so you can become aware and listen to your inner knowing. Relax your body, relax your shoulders, relax your hips and your legs and your feet. Close your eyes. Take another breath in and out. If you want to stay in this position for as long as you want, if you want to fall asleep, if you want to meditate, please stay. Stay as long as you need. Stay as long as you want. If you'd like to close this practice with me, you could bring one arm over your head, rolling over to one side as we make our way up in a comfortable seated position as we close this beautiful practice. Take this beautiful positive energy and know that you have the strength within to deal with any situation, and that these emotions, if are felt, will be released over time. I see you. I feel you. Blessings to you all. Enjoy this beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.